welcome to my Gemini Full Moon Astrology Report. Gemini Full Moon coming in November 27th. And this is going to be a shorter Gemini Full Moon reading because I've devoted all my astrology time and energy to reading a certain someone's chart who has a Gemini stellium. It felt very appropriate to be reading a Gemini during the Gemini full moon time. And this person has a Gemini stellium of Sun, North Node, and Uranus in the 10th house. And I'm sure he will be feeling this powerful Gemini full moon crossing over that 10th house of career and power, and that person is Trump. And I really have been hearing from so many friends and family who say, oh my gosh, do you think Trump can win? Can you do his astrology chart? So I finally decided to do Donald J. Trump's astrology chart, and it was really a fascinating read. He really, I really transcended all my feelings about him to do this chart. I just looked at the story of what the stars and the astrology transits were telling me, and it was so interesting, actually. So I hope you'll watch that report. It's called Will Trump Win? And that is the question we're all wondering, I think. And the stories the stars were telling me, honestly, this is something that I love about astrology. It gives me more compassion and less judgment for people when I read their charts. Sometimes I don't particularly like someone, or I have a conflict with someone, and then I think, I wonder what their astrology chart is. Why am I having a conflict with this person? And I will pull up their chart, and then lo and behold, a lot of the things that I don't like about somebody else is just mirroring back what I don't like about myself. And it's, so I just wanted to know if Trump has a potential to win. And I just read his chart as if it was somebody who bought an astrology reading from me. I just went down the rabbit hole. I could have written 200 pages about Trump's chart. It was so interesting. A lot of father-mother issues in that 10th house, 4th house. But what I really got me scared, though, is I think that Trump really has a strong chance of winning. With that Jupiter-Sun Cazimi, the luckiest transit you could possibly have. That's one of my favorite astrology transits. When I see that in my chart, I'm so excited because good things are going to happen. And Trump has that in 2025. And so he has a real possibility of winning if that Saturn square Uranus doesn't restrict him with all the lawsuits. So, wow, it was an interesting read, and I hope you'll check it out. You'll just have to watch and see. But it is really terrifying to think of Trump winning because there is war looming in 2025 with Uranus entering Gemini, the sign of unpredictable events and the planet of unpredictable events coming together. What is going to happen? We can't predict it. I don't want to ruin your Thanksgiving talking about that, but we should all be grateful for all that we do have, for our friends and our family on this Thanksgiving time. And we do have a very auspicious astrology transit for manifesting on this Gemini full moon. If you look at the chart, you will see that Neptune, who has been retrograde for quite a while now in Pisces, is stationing at 24 degrees of Pisces, right in conjunction with the part of fortune. Some call it the pars fortune, pars fortunae, or part of fortune, whatever you like. The part of fortune that rules over luck and money. This, I love the part of fortune. If you've ever had your astrology chart done, you may know where the part of fortune shows up for you. It's really interesting. If you know where your part of fortune is, leave it in the comments. I love to know. And you can find this. This is a kind of a more obscure astrological transit, but for me, I have part of fortune in Aries. So I like to think I make my own luck because Aries are very independent and I just am always just making my own luck in life. But wherever part of fortune shows up, this is an area where you can really manifest abundance and just manifest your desires, but mostly financially. Part of fortune is about money. And I think so many of us could use a little more money this season. When you get going into Christmas, it really makes you think, I wish I could win the lottery or something. And this 24 degrees of Pisces, Neptune and the part of fortune are making an auspicious conjunction on this Gemini full moon. And this is the time to tap into your intuition, your higher mind, to guide you to new ways that you can make more profits in life. And this is all about connecting to source at a higher intuitive level. Neptune is so mystical, magical, and asking the universe to guide you for opportunities for greater wealth. And this is a creative superpower that can be channeled by artists, musicians, poets, and writers, or anyone who wants to just channel those higher energies and share it with the world in a way that you can manifest abundance while doing it. And I'm feeling really called recently to do my Reiki for Abundance class in an online way. I've never believed in that before. I really believe in that you have to do a Reiki attunement in person where you can breathe the breath of Reiki fire into the person. But as we are moving into this higher fifth dimensional energy, this higher vibrational energy, I am feeling more into quantum healing. I've been doing so many distance Reiki sessions on Zoom lately, and the results are phenomenal. And some of my clients who, I used to work in Seattle, and some of my clients who can't come to me in person anymore, they've been having me do distance Reiki for them. And the quantum healing results that I'm getting right now are so profound. It's almost more powerful in that quantum healing distance Reiki than when I have the person sitting on my table. So if you're interested in getting a distance Reiki session or a distance energy clearing, that is something I do. But this Neptune conjunct part of fortune really has me feeling called to offer my distance Reiki for Abundance course online on Zoom, where I can connect, and it could be just a really fun experiment to see if the attunements take hold and have the same kind of results that they do when I have people in person. I just taught Reiki for Abundance on 11/11 at Hanai, and it was incredible. I felt like there was so much energy in the room. We had more than usual amount of Reiki master students in that class, so it was very inspiring. But that's the kind of energy of this Neptune conjunct part of fortune. You're feeling inspired to do something bigger, to do something new that you've never done before in a way to make even greater profit than you've ever made before. And it's just inspiring a new dream. So let me know, what are you working on that you're conspiring to make money in a new way? Maybe you have a new side hustle, a new project, a new business you want to start. Leave it in the comments and I will send distance Reiki to whatever you are conspiring to achieve greater abundance on this Gemini full moon, because this is a rare opportunity that we have. I don't think we'll see this transit again in our lifetime. So really grab hold of it and do some inner work, journaling, free writing, dreams, and maybe it's a good time to drink some kava tea and ask your dreams. Pisces, Neptune in Pisces is all about our dreams, giving us messages. And I want to read the Sabian symbol for this really beautiful Neptune part of fortune conjunction happening right on this Gemini full moon at 24 degrees of Pisces on a small island surrounded by the vast expanse of the sea. People are seen living in close interaction. communal living on an island in the sea. That sounds pretty good about right now. And the keynote is the need to consciously accept one's own personal limitations in order to concentrate one's energies and to live a centered and fulfilled life. Every individualized person is a small island unto themselves in a vast ocean of mankind. And the purpose of anyone's life is to be truly what he or she is meant to be as an individual. Has a particular dharma, a place, a function in a greater whole. And the island's inhabitants get subsistence from the sea that surrounds them. And in time, they learn to navigate the sea and interact with other islanders. And all eventually will come to realize their oneness with the whole collective world, the whole earth, which includes everything. And the key word for this Sabian symbol is centralization. And who's ready to move to an island with some like-minded people right now? Raise your hands or comment if you'd like to join me on an island. And I will try to use this powerful Pisces, Neptune, part of fortune conjunction to intuit the Powerball numbers so we can all move to an island. With my own Pisces moon, I will try to intuit those winning numbers. And I'm just really feeling the Sabian symbols, and that's probably this strong Pisces influence. That the Sabian symbols are so mystical, magical. If you don't know already, they were intuited by Elsie Wheeler, this incredible psychic so long ago, but they still make sense today. And so I want to look also at the full moon in Gemini at 4 degrees. And the Sabian symbol is holly and mistletoe. How perfect for the season. People are starting to decorate for Christmas. Holly and mistletoe reawaken old memories of Christmas. And the keynote here is a longing for the pre-intellectual state of consciousness. Old memories of childhood and its naive faith make their way into our consciousness now. And they are aroused by what remains of the ancestral images that once had great vitality and power. Mistletoe was sacred to the Druids. And the holly, with its brilliant contrast of red and green, recalls a more primitive and magical sense of color that is exemplified in Tibetan artworks and paintings. This nostalgia for more natural, feeling-oriented values tends to lead to a movement of protest amidst the symbol by a fully decorated Christmas tree. And there is a vivid experience of childhood now that has only become an obsessive or nostalgic memory. And this heralds a resurgence of deeper values and aspirations which have been forced back into the collective unconsciousness. What is valued here is a tradition based on archetypal ancestral ceremonies during a process of discovery, a return to source. Wow, I think that Gemini full moon Sabian symbol, that return to source, ties in so well with that Neptune part of fortune, where we're connecting to source to find our fortune in the world. And just as I was writing this morning, I'm doing this really quickly before work, I found this little Christmas tree pin that was my great-grandmother's. This jade is also my great-grandmother's. And this Christmas tree pen from when my great-grandmother used to work at Saks Fifth Avenue, and she used to decorate the windows of the Saks Fifth Avenue in San Francisco, California. And there's something really magical about looking for those sacred, ancestral, archetypal symbols of Christmas. Can we just use this time as a time to communicate with Source, to communicate with our ancestors, to communicate with the archetypal symbols of Christmas without getting so into the material, Black Friday, gotta buy this, gotta buy that. Can we just focus on the beautiful sacred traditions this season of our ancestors and ignore the fact that we also have this intense Mars, now in Sagittarius, squaring Saturn, now in Pisces, that is going to create some obstacles for many of us that might be blocking the divine energy flow that wants to find us with this powerful Neptune part of fortune. But energy goes where your attention flows. So focus on the good things now and make your gratitude list. And spend time with your family and friends and loving one another, and just be careful out there in the world. On November 25th is when that Mars square Saturn will be in exact. And that square, squares always create tension, frustration, that diamond making pressure that I'm always talking about. So there may be some road rage, frustration, impatience, and cranky people out there in the world. Like I say, do not engage with crazy under a Mars square Saturn. But just try to be the light of compassion for others this holiday season, for other less evolved souls who are feeling the effects of this powerhouse Mars square Saturn. And this is a holiday I just want to stay close to home and go within with my own inner psyche, and maybe take a blue water bath, because Pisces, the fish, loves to take a bath and be in water, or just go to the water, go to the ocean, go to the lakes, be by the river, and just immerse yourself in that water energy that's so healing. We just recorded that 11:11 healing music with sounds of the water, because the water is so healing for empaths and healers. I'll put a link down below. It's 11:11 music to heal empaths and to clear your energy through the sounds of water, all these little crickling creeks where I live. But I will try to connect with this Neptune and part of fortune by maybe taking a bath, going to the river, or just listening to the sounds of water, and to connect to Source as best as I can for guidance, rather than being out in the world with all the crazy. So you get to choose your own adventure this Gemini full moon, and what transits are you going to focus on, and where are you going to put your energy? Do you want to be worried and fearful about that Mars square Saturn, or do you want to be enlightened, intuitive, and receive a higher calling, channeled message from the divine with that Neptune part of fortune? I'm going to choose Neptune and Pisces for me. Thank you so much for watching.